Yar and avast me hearties, I'm Hammeh, and welcome to Unwrapped. I give my early thoughts and impressions in this new series on games I've just started playing or games in early access or alpha and beta. Today we're going to be more pirate with my impressions of the upcoming PC and Xbox One game Sea of Thieves, and attempt to answer the question, will Sea of Thieves make waves or would it sink without a trace? Timecodes in the description below if you'd like to skip to different sections. Firstly, what is Sea of Thieves? Well, if you haven't seen it over the last few months, think if Pirates of the Caribbean met open world shenanigans of a game like GTA, but decidedly more teen or family friendly, with mixtures of co-op and puzzle gaming thrown in. Describing itself with the boldness and braggadocio of a pirate certainly as a new type of multiplayer game that delivers all you need to live the free roaming pirate life. If I was going to use buzzwords, it's a combination of a sandbox, pirate crew and sailing simulator with built-in player versus player combat, and occasionally cooperation. It's from Rare, the British developer noted for games such as GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark in the past, and because of its closure a few years ago, Rare actually has one or two people from Lionhead, the noted British developer of the Fable series, Black and White and other games. If you played games from those two studios in the past, you'll definitely like the character and underlying humour of Sea of Thieves. So you create a pirate, pick one of 8 randomly generated models that you can regenerate or re-roll as many times as you like. You then pick whether you're crewing a sloop, crewed by a maximum of 2 players as a smaller, more agile ship, or the traditional galleon, crewed by a maximum of 4 players in a party too. Now you can either form your own party, you can form smaller parties if you don't have enough players for either ship, or you can be match made with strangers. After that you're thrown into a tavern in one of Sea of Thieves' many island outpost hubs to meet up with your crew, prepare your ship, and set sail on the 7 seas. Broadly speaking, there are 3 things you can do next. You can explore randomly, from sunken treasure that you can find to messages in a bottle, and treasure lying around on islands. There are lots of things to explore. Obviously you sail around, take the wheel and steer your ship, you raise and lower your sails, turn them left and right to avoid or catch the wind, and above all, you learn to use all of these things to your advantage when manoeuvring your ship, both around islands and for the inevitable occasion that you're chasing or dealing with other ships. Starboard port.
Oh,
yeah, we're
good.
good.
The gap here. They're going through the gap.
Yeah, hang a left.
There's
We
a
can do
gap?
this. We can do this. Hang a left. Hang a left. Trust it. Trust in our directions.
How hard?
Don't trust
How hard?
him. Do not trust him.
Straight ahead. No, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. I believe in you.
Okay, straight ahead, straight ahead.
Okay, little left. No, it's going to be good. Little bit left. Little bit left.
More
Retrim
left.
the
No,
sails.
come on!
No,
Shut
it's
up!
fine. Retrim the sails. Okay, now Jimmy, straighten up. Straighten up, Jimmy. You'll be fine.
Okay, straighten it up.
Yeah,
straighten it up.
yeah, just a little bit more left. Little left.
Oh,
Little
God!
left. Little left. We're fine. We're fine. We're not fine.
We're hard left.
We're not fine.
We're hard left.
I'm getting flags ready.
I've fallen off the ship. Although, as you can see, shenanigans will still occur. Although you can wander around and explore, the core of the game is questing to raise reputation with various factions around Voyages. Now, there are 3 factions in the game right now. The Gold Hoarders, available in the beta, which is finding buried treasure from maps. Recently, in the final beta, we saw the Merchant Alliance, where you source and deliver supplies, animals and more on time from islands to outpost. The third, which we've not seen, is the Order of Souls. They want to fetch skulls of the various skeletons that inhabit the world, so these are more killing, retrieving and fighting quests. There is no such thing as a power upgrade in Sea of Thieves, only cosmetic ones, more on that later. But as well as the cosmetics, these will take you along your quest to become a legendary pirate, giving you different cosmetics, voyages or quests and various perks that you can then share with other people in your crew if you want. When you are a pirate legend, you get access to a secret tavern. You will also apparently have access to legendary voyages. Alongside exploration, these different factions and the voyages they give direct you around the Sea of Thieves, which inevitably create the opportunity for, I'd say, core piece of game number 3 to happen, interacting with other players, which inevitably leads at some point to a bit of a fight. Now, do you not like questing? Would you prefer to steal chests from other pirates, sinking their ships for the sheer piratitude of it? Well, Sea of Thieves could be the game for you. It's always player versus player enabled, and by that I mean that you can get backstabbed with a cutlass while you're handing in your hard-earned treasure or gold, only to see someone else hand that chest in. You can be raided or sunk by another ship as you're going about your business.
You haven't met any players yet?
No.
Or you're being quiet because they're standing right next to you?
Yes.
Oh! Found him! Found him!
Fire at them, distract them.
Hey boys! Been
Right.
along, yeah.
Right, that's good.
Having a laugh, yeah. Oh God!
Keep
Stop
it coming.
shooting at
No,
me.
keep
Come
it
on,
coming.
boys. Oh God! But they're trying to snipe me, man. They're down by the bridge. Or the, sorry, the dock. Oh god! They're shooting at me.
I just killed them both.
Yeah,
I just killed them both. You can, of course, try and form tentative alliances too, but the best counter for any of this is to be a good salesperson, being alert, always keeping a spyglass on the horizon for other ships, being prepared by stocking your ship with the bananas and food that you use to restore health and look after any animals you might be transporting, having lots of cannonballs, well, for obvious reasons, and planks of wood to repair any damage to your ship. Now, I have to say, ship-to-ship fighting in Sea of Thieves is just really fun, tense, exciting, and it has a good level of variety. Set up your ship for a great broadside of firing from your cannons, bail water and repair if hostile ships shoot you underneath the waterline, whilst of course being ready to repel boarders. Nothing sinks a ship like you being shot while you're repairing a leaking hull and being sent to Davy Jones's locker, or the ghostly Sea of the Damned respawn you waited before being respawned on your ship. If you're feeling bold, why not fire yourself onto the enemy ship with a cannon on yours, or take an explosive barrel into their ship to blow up and make holes in their hull. As for weapons, you fight with cutlasses with a basic sword heavy attack and block and dodging system, pistol sniper rifles, or the rather strong at the moment blunderbuss, all of which have limited ammo that can only be recharged at an ammo chest that you have either on your ship or you can find on selected islands, as well as the hub outpost islands that provide you with grog, the voyages or quests that you do, and the various vendors and factions. You can play Sea of Thieves as a pacifist, running from enemy fire and not firing a shot in anger, but others may well not. You will certainly have to choose whether to fight or run at certain times. You may occasionally befriend other players as well, of course, but the slapstick comedy and tension around fighting, as well as being able to choose when you go looking for trouble, means that the potential downside of losing progress by always being able to fight other players is slightly mitigated. If you have no chests or cargo on your ship worth stealing, you have nothing to lose if you start a fight, for example. If you're loaded up with treasure, then you're more likely to run. You can be heard by other pirates around you, including other crews. This allows for many a piece of comedy as you swing into fight.
How close am I on bearing with the island? Lower hits! I'm gonna hit
Cannonballs,
the
need
island.
cannonballs. I can't see.
Hey, I'm gonna hit the island.
Ah!
Look at this.
No, we're good, we're good, we're good,
Ow!
we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good.
I did not
They
land
hit-
on the boat.
They hit the island.
Right, we do have some damage, I think. I'll check. No, I don't hear running water. No. Yeah, we do have some holes above the waterline, that's fine. Plan. Bring us around. Handbrake turn. You're both on the ship, that's why you're not speaking.
Hammeh.
Yes, you are.
Yar!
Yarr!
Arr!
Yarr!
Arr! Now, outside of the three different factions and their voyages, there are other things around the world to explore. For example, skull forts. Big skull clouds on the horizon will draw ships as you and other pirates may rush to try and secure some great treasure. You need to fight off waves of skeletons that are certainly too many for a small ship to fight alone, kill a pirate captain for a key, and you will get, if you're successful, more treasure than one crew of 4 can carry in one trip to their ship. Whether you choose to ally or perhaps fight or ambush other players who are going for the same prize is entirely up to you. Now, if you like the idea of teaming up with people to crew a pirate ship, you like maybe a little bit of a scrap, a little bit of creative thinking and how to solve problems, then Sea of Thieves has a core at its heart of so much fun. I had a whale of a time in the time I've spent so far. However, I do have a few questions about what keeps me, or what keeps a player in this sandbox over the long term. So this is where the developers' talk of directed and emergent comes. Directed stuff is the quests, the different factions, the things that are moving you around the Sea of Thieves and giving you some goals. however grindy they may be. The Emergent piece is all of the fun that emerges from that. The fights with other ships, the attempts to befriend other pirates, the attempts to ally with each other, and the general shenanigans that result, which, as I've said, are absolutely awesome. What I can say so far is that from 2 out of the 3 factions, I can see how these directed quests and factions give you the opportunity to then go and run into people, which I think is what the core of Sea of Thieves is all about. However, if being a pirate legend is tied to getting to a certain level with all 3 different factions, I for one probably won't get there depending on what the Merchants Alliance is like. This was introduced in the final beta and is the different faction that involves you shuttling and delivering goods from one island to another, going and finding a certain colour of chicken feather or chicken, then transporting it to an island and similar. We found the chicken coop, we then struggled to find the chickens for a while, and it felt as if we were being a glorified delivery service. Now, I've played a bunch of MMOs, I've ground out 20 different chicken feathers in World of Warcraft for quests before, so I'm not being a hypocrite by saying that I dislike or haven't done this kind of gaming before, but for me it has to have the correct feeling of payoffs. For me in Sea of Thieves, that just felt as if there were things I'd rather be doing in the game in a good way than running around delivering chickens, but other people's mileage may vary. Now, it's worth noting there are surprises that are still going to come. Data miners, for example, have found hints of the Kraken, a creature that can pop up from the sea and act and attack differently depending on how many ships there are in the area. Rare have been very sensible in not showing their full hand too early. What I have played so far I have enjoyed a lot, and on the whole it's been great fun. And Rare have talked in numerous interviews about how gameplay updates will be released in future for free, including some limited time events and similar. These will be free. There will be a cosmetic shop, of course, which is the trend with games nowadays activated after release, where you directly buy, or so it seems, things like pets and different cosmetics. No gameplay changing items, much like in the actual game. Let's take a quick look at the technical aspects of the game. Visually, Sea of Thieves is beautiful. The sunsets on the ocean waves, the gathering and churning storms, just the water on a still sunny moment is relaxing, or sometimes mildly stomach churning to look at. If you sail in a sloop, the smaller ships, they run lower in the water and are less stable than a galleon, particularly in strong winds. Not one for the seasick. Now, the pirates look fantastic. They kind of have to, as Sea of Thieves' ongoing earnings will be based on an in-game shop with cosmetic items including pets, and of course the most obvious sign of your progress or status on the Sea of Thieves and how accomplished a player you are will be how your pirate looks through various cosmetics that you earn. Sea of Thieves also sounds beautiful. The wash of the waves, the fantastic pirate shanties, you have instruments, you can play along together as a crew, and each different instrument adds a different part to the harmony, as you can hear here. It gives you a real playing along together type feel. Now, I also love Sea of Thieves' sound design. Firstly, the proximity audio. You can be heard by other pirates around you, including other crews. This allows for many a piece of comedy as you swing into fight.
I can beat him.
You'll never take me alive! Gotta go faster, gotta go faster. Now, before I sum up the end game, where do I go beyond a certain point? Well, anything you earn or eventually want to buy in Sea of Thieves in the in-game shop, which will not be live at launch, is all cosmetic. But with progression, as it were, being cosmetic and social in nature, then there are 2 questions. What keeps me in this world once these experiences run dry? And if they don't run dry, how do Rare keep making additional things around these experiences to make it fun and different? The longevity of the game will depend on what updates come to it. What updates come to it beyond a certain point will depend on how many people keep playing the game to buy things from the online cosmetic shop when it does launch sometime after release. I love Sea of Thieves as it is so far, but I still feel that in some ways this is a title with a slight identity crisis as to whether it's wanting to be a game that you buy immediately for a full price core experience or a game as a service. Now, my reasoning for thinking that is around Sea of Thieves and its cross-platform Microsoft Xbox nature. On Xbox, if you play Xbox One, there's something called the Xbox Game Pass, where you pay a fee and you can dip in and out of a library of games every month, and you can play that fee of $7.99 in the UK monthly. Now, for this Xbox service, Microsoft use their first-party titles as a big part of their advertising. They say that Sea of Thieves is something you can play. By the way, I have both PC and Xbox. This game is cross-play, so it means I can play it on either if I buy it once, but it's still £50 here on PC in the UK, a full-price game as it were. The future updates of gameplay are meant to be free, so ultimately I think it's how you value your gaming and entertainment. Sea of Thieves has at its heart something really special. When you first pick it up, a true sense of spontaneity and adventure, just diffuse out of the entire thing. It's a beautiful sandbox pirate world, stitched together with teamwork, moments of mystery and discovery, and hilarity, and a lot of highly comedic moments. With some of my long-term gaming friends I've played it with, it's been an absolute delight to dip into for a couple of hours, and we found ourselves having some longer sessions as well in the free beta. Now, the proof of the pudding will be in the eating. At times in the past, I've valued my entertainment in games by the amount of hours I've played as a game. Take Dragon Age, for example. I played X hours of a rich, single-player story and game that I enjoyed every single piece of. Now, the trend towards games as services, outside of MMOs, of course, where a grinder or time sink element is designed and inbuilt to keep you subscribing on a month-to-month basis. This has led me to question the value and quality of my gaming time. Am I truly enjoying what I'm doing in a game? Or is it created busy work without a reward or payoff I perceive as worth the time? Take Destiny 2. At the end of my playing experience with that's what I felt I was doing. I would wholeheartedly recommend my experience of Sea of Thieves so far. As for whether you want to pay £50 or your local equivalent for it at launch, if you're a PC only player in particular, it does depend on how you value your gaming time and your experiences. But for a game where you can jump in and out with a bunch of friends or make some new ones and just like to mess around and have a laugh, and if you're not afraid of a little fight, then I'd really recommend it. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment with what you thought. Have you played Sea of Thieves the beta? Will you give this a go? Do you think it looks fun? What do you think of its value? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, I normally do Overwatch videos. They are not going away. I'm just trying these kind of things to see how they go and if you guys like them. So do let me know any other games you'd like me to cover, any other games you'd be interested in me looking at and analysing, or maybe trying to preview or review on the channel, or maybe a new channel in future in the comments below too. Cheers for tuning in. I've been Hammeh, and avast me laddies!